Welcome. Filthy Kitchen Cooking with the Squadman. My shave. If you haven't seen the video, I had a very nice shaving video from earlier. I got a wonderful comment from one of my followers. I can't remember his name right now, but shout out to him. I really appreciate the feedback. Of course, it's positive feedback, but I'll take negative feedback. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Starving. I made 2 steaks earlier. If I'm not mistaken, I made videos of those as well. By the way, there are at least 3 videos on my channel with 0 views. So I've been putting up these videos. I guess people aren't getting prompted that they're there, or they just don't know. But if you go to my channel, you'll see 0 views. Hopefully by then there's at least 1 view. I don't mind if I get 1 view, but you know, if I put up a video and it has 0 views, a lot of these stream of consciousness unprepared ones, not a big deal, but still, you know, it would be nice to have at least 1 view. So I was starving. I was gonna go get a burger outside of the house, but then it became around the time that the bars let out, so I knew that basically the only place open is McDonald's and Subway. I wouldn't have gone to Subway, but not that I mind Subway, I just don't like going through the drive-thru because I like to design my sandwich. But with the bars letting out, just it's crazy. There's such a lineup at the McDonald's and the Subways that it's just not worth my time. So I went ahead and ate one of my steaks because, you know, I'm starving and it's whole food, it's good for you. But after eating the steak, I'm still famished. Now, I did do 7 5-minute rounds of boxing, and I did do 12 miles on the bike. So, and I've been losing weight like crazy. So I need some calories. I've got some chicken fingers in the oven and I'm making some coffee because, believe it or not, I am very tired, even though I shouldn't be. I probably won't go to bed for another 5 or 6 hours, so I figure I'll have some coffee. Probably gonna regret it down the road, but what can you do? So while the water's boiling, while I'm waiting for the chicken strips to come out, I figured it'd be a good time to just put up another little chat. So welcome. Not really doing much cooking. I've got the French press here. I put my 4 scoops in. Get my spoon ready. 20 seconds left on the oven, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn the timer off. And water is just about to, you listen, see, there you go. Oh my, the water is, oh, look at that boiling water, and look at that steam coming up. So remember, mixed among the steam is the water vapor. The steam is actually liquid water in very small particle form. Water vapor is a gas and it is completely invisible. So if you can see it, it's actually liquid, believe it or not. Oh, what have I done? I put the water in the wrong spot. I put the water in the wrong spot. Oh my. So that means there's only one thing left for me to do. I had some hot chocolate powder. I had some hot chocolate powder in this cup with some butter. And the plan was, when the coffee was made, I was going to pour the coffee into the cup and have a what they call a mocha in some places. But I accidentally poured the water in that cup. So that leaves me no choice. I've got to turn this into a hot chocolate, or else it's just going to be a very watery hot chocolate. So that's it. I'm going to have to use up more of this powder. I didn't want to do this. This isn't how I like to make hot chocolate. I like to throw in some chocolate chips and pieces of chocolate bar and stuff like that. But since I don't have any of that stuff, I'll just use more of this. It's not going to be to my liking. And secret to wonderful hot chocolate, I can't believe I'm giving away my secret, but believe it or not, just like in naval coffee, you add salt. Well, if you add salt to your hot chocolate, dang, it is dandy. So that's what I'm doing. Salt, butter, hot chocolate powder. This will be a very good hot chocolate. It won't be a perfect hot chocolate. If I had a handful of chocolate chips or some dark chocolate to put in there, it would be even more sublime. The key to hot chocolate is you really load it down with the chocolate, and to get that umami, which is the fullness. Your tongue has five identified taste distinguished. You have your salty, you have your sweet, you have your bitter, you have your sour, and you have your umami. And what umami is it's the feeling of fullness. The difference between like soup and stew. It seems more creamy. The difference between milk and cream. It's the fat content that makes it feel more full, more substantial. If you drink a coffee, for instance, black coffee is extremely watery, or coffee with just sugar in it is extremely watery. People put milk in, still quite watery. It's like the difference between skim milk and whole milk. Skim milk is very watery, whole milk is very creamy. Well, that's the same thing. You add the butter, you get the umami. Now, of course, there is cocoa butter, which is the fats in the chocolate, and I think they mix that with powdered milk as well. So you do get a slight umami type thing, but unless you have thick cream is better than butter for many reasons. But I don't have any cream, and I don't keep cream here because it would go bad, and butter lasts a very long time. So in lieu of thick cream, I use the butter, which is fine. Oh, almost forgot. Chicken fingers must come out. Come out here, chicken fingers. Oh yeah, hot. That is some hot. You open the oven, be careful, you can burn your eyes. So I averted my eyes, but I still got it on the face. Big puff of hot steam or hot air rising. So I've got my chicken fingers, I've got the hot chocolate. So the umami, the difference between the butter and the cream, by the way, if you're interested, is the cream, for some reason, bonds with the water and bonds with other things, and you get a very homogenized texture. You know, if you see the milk, homo milk, people laugh about Canada. Haha, Canada has homo milk. Well, that just means homogenized. It's blended to the point, they probably have to add something, quite honestly, where the fat in the milk doesn't separate out. Whereas butter, the difference between cream and butter is butter will float on the top. Butter is all separated and does not bond with the water molecules the way the fat does in cream. So yes, it's the same fat, but for some reason the cream remains more homogenized, whereas the butter does not. So when you have butter in your hot chocolate, or if you have butter in your coffee, you basically have to continually stir it, or else the butter will rise to the top. Now, to a degree, the fat and the cream will do that as well, but not as completely as the butter will. It's like when you have your salad dressing, the oil and the vinegar. The oil and the vinegar separate, so you have to shake it up. Emulsification, the separation of the oil from the vinegar. So when you shake it up, the particles of the oil become very small and become suspended in the salad dressing, and it doesn't separate out as easily because it's more diffused out, which is actually, this is what your body does. Your body uses bile for the same purpose. Bile turns the fat into very small particles that can be absorbed into your system, unlike chunks of fat. It emulsifies the fat. That's why people who lose their gallbladder or whatever, their bile production is greatly diminished, and well, the bile storage is greatly diminished. The production takes place in a slightly different area inside the liver, in this bilial tree, but the gallbladder just stores the excess, actually. But people who have a gallbladder removed tend to have difficulty digesting fat. They don't have as much bile, and we have a very fatty diet, and yeah, they can feel some indigestion and other things. They feel nauseous when they eat too much fat that they can't deal with. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. I know I should have gotten a medical degree, but I never did, sadly, and I'm too old to pursue that now. But that's it. And the reason I say that is I obviously have the interest, and believe it or not, I had the aptitude. I was just too lazy and made a mistake of thinking that getting by in life was good enough, and that is a huge mistake. You should strive and try your best. Too soon old, too late wise, as the Germans say. Anyway, I got my hot chocolate, I got my chicken fingers, little chat about emulsification of fats, and why cream in your coffee or hot chocolate is superior to butter. Anyway, any questions, any comments down below? Don't forget, who loves you, baby? This guy. And remember, you're somebody's favorite person in this world. Probably mine. So till next time, love you and goodbye. And check out those videos you haven't seen. And I got lots of old videos as well. I mean, there's over 300, almost 350 videos on this channel. The early ones are great. There are a lot of fables, a lot of other things. Anyway, till next time, goodbye, and remember, love you.